Hi, today I'm going to take you through CryptoKitties, which is one of the world's first blockchain games. It's a new craze that's out there. It only came out on the 28th of November 2017, so it's been around for about a week at the time of this recording. And I've finally actually given in to purchasing my very own CryptoKitties. So what I thought I'd do today is just take you through a walkthrough of what CryptoKitties are and take you through a purchase. So what are CryptoKitties? So basically they are one of the world's first blockchain games where you can breed your rarest cats to create the perfect friend, is what they say. So it is a blockchain game that lives on the Ethereum blockchain. You basically go through, you buy a digital kitten, it will be eternally yours due to the nature of the blockchain technology. And they come with different types of visual features and traits, and some of these are rarer than others. Most users are trying to breed their cats at the moment, not just because it's kind of cool, but also because they can be very expensive. One particularly rare one was sold recently for more than $100,000. Over the weekend, over $2.5 million passed through the smart contracts as a result of people buying and selling and breeding these digital kittens. Now, before you start, you require Ether to play. One of the ways to purchase Ethereum is through either Coinbase or blockchain. Now, with regards to Coinbase, I've actually done a review and tutorial of Coinbase, and what I'll do is I'll put a link to that and I'll put it up in the above as well so that you can take a look for yourselves. I've also got a link where if you credit your account with $100, you'll get $10 worth of free Bitcoin. Once you have the Ethereum in your chosen wallet, you then need to put that into something called MetaMask. So if you navigate to metamask.ie, and I'll put a link to this in the below, and then if you click onto Get Chrome extension, it'll then present all the information about MetaMask. You can go through and read the information if you like, and then add it to Chrome. MetaMask will then show us a little fox in the top right hand corner of your screen. If you click on to MetaMask, and in here you can then fund your MetaMask wallet with Ethereum. So what you need to do is you can, if you click onto the three little dots in the top right hand corner, and you then click onto copy address to clipboard. So what that will do is provide you with an address that you can then simply send your Ethereum to from your chosen wallet, whether or not that be Coinbase, blockchain or whatever. If you then make sure you are on cryptokitties.co, you can then click on to Start Meow. Now that will then take you through to create your own account. I've already created an account. I found it pretty easy to do so, but if you've got any questions, then please feel free to ask. So I'm just going to click on to Start Meow now. And the first place it will take you to are your kitties, but I'll go through that in a moment. The first place you really want to start is on the marketplace. So we're now in the marketplace, and this is where you can go through and buy your CryptoKitty. So at the moment I'm looking at all the ones that are for sale, and what you can do is you can search by different types of things. You can sort by them as well. So at the moment it automatically shows you by the youngest first. Now that is the kitty that has been most newly created. You can then go through and search for the oldest first. So here you can see that these are generation zeros, and you can view the different types of prices in here. You can also search for the cheapest. So the cheapest in here is at 0.0399 Ethereum. And if I then click onto the most expensive, you can see here that someone's asking 100,000 Ethereum for this hot cats here kitty. You then have a section called siring. So in here is where you can put your kitty up to breed with others. There's then a cost associated of how much they want for you to sire with their kitty. You'll get the Ethereum, and the person that wants to sire with your kitty will get the offspring. You then have the Gen 0 kitties. So one of these are created every 15 minutes, and these are the first kitties that were created. If you then click on to all kitties, this will be a list of all the kitties that have been created so far. So if we then go to for sale, and then if we click onto one of these, I'm just going to click on this one. In here, it tells me the name of the kitty, so you can name your own kitties, which I'll show you through shortly. It then has the number that was associated to the kitty and generated when the kitty was made. It then tells you the generation number. With regards to these generation numbers, the higher the generation number, the worse the kitty will perform long term, and the lower its value as well, so it's worth just keeping an eye on these generations. It then shows you their cooldown. So after a kitty breeds with another kitty, it will be temporarily unable to breed again for a brief time, and the time it takes to recover will increase each time the kitty breeds. So this one is at Swift, so you can see here that it will need 2 to 5 minutes to then recover, so you won't be able to breed again for between 2 to 5 minutes. And then you have Fast, which is obviously the best in terms of it's only 1 minute, and then you have Catatonic, which actually takes a week. So, you know, the quicker the better in terms of these cats. You then have a bio, so you have a little bit of information about this kitty, and then you have cattributes. So the different types of cattributes associated to each little kitty. And I found a pretty good site called CryptoKitties, and on here it lists all the different cattributes, and it tells you how many kitties actually exist with those attributes. I'll put a link to this in the summary of the below. So going back, it then shows me also who the parents are of this kitty. So I can click onto each parent and view information about those parents. I can then also see all the kind of sisters and brothers it may be, or the rest of the children that are then associated to that parent. So I'll take us back to that cat now. And you can also view information about the owner as well. So you can click onto the owner's name, and then you can view all their kitties that they have. So this person's got a fair few in here. So I'll just take you back to the marketplace. And if I now go to the cheapest first, and we'll have a look at Grey Lives Matter. So if you then want to buy this kitty, you'll see here that you have a buy now price, so very similar to a kind of online auction site. So you have a buy now price, but what you also have is a time left. So there's 11 hours left here, and you can see that as the time goes by, if no one's bought it, the price is actually decreasing here. And if I now click onto buy now, and then if I then click onto okay, buy this kitty, so we've then got the transaction here. So here's the amount that I'm going to be paying. I then got the amount of gas that I'm going to be using. I then have the transaction fee. Now with regards to the transaction fee, you can change these. It might make that transaction go through a little bit slower though. And if you're bidding against someone else and their transaction goes through faster, then they're going to win that kitty. So you would then go through and click submit. Now I'm not going to do that. I've already bought my kitties just as a kind of example. One thing to be aware of is that where it's really hot at the moment, transactions are taking a little bit longer to go through. It took me an hour today to buy 2 kitties. So once you've got your kitties, they'll then appear under My Kitties. You can then click onto one of your kitties. And here is where you can go through and you can change the name of your CryptoKitty. Automatically, it will come with the number which it came with when it was generated. You can then view the bio for your kitty, look at the different cattributes, and obviously look at the parents here as well. So what I'm now going to do is I'm going to go through and show you how to breed your kitties. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to breed Megan with Albert. So if I click onto Megan, and if I go to breed kitty, now there's different options in here. So like we saw sire earlier on, you can sire to the public. So what it says here is Princess Megan will be put on the market as a sire, and whoever breeds with your sire keeps the offspring, but you get the ether. So it says here, remember every time you sire your kitty, the siring cooldown time increases. So in here, you could put in a start price and an end price and a duration you want that to go on for, and then you simply click on to done. What I'm going to do, like I said, is I'm actually going to sire with my own kitties. So if I click onto sire with my kitties, it then says Princess Megan can act as the sire with one of your own kitties. The kitty you choose as his mate will become pregnant. Remember, every time you sire your kitty, the siring cooldown time increases. So I'm going to click on OK, let's get started. So now it says that your 2 lovely kitties will soon be parents. Princess Megan will lay an egg and Princess Albert will be the sire. So now what we're going to do is give them a little bit of privacy. So hopefully they can make us a lovely rare Gen 0 baby. So click on to give them some privacy. So this doesn't come free either. So you have to go through and you have to pay for this as well. So I'm just going to click on submit. It then it shows you a list of activities and transactions. So in here, it shows me at the moment that I've bred 2 kitties, Megan and Prince Albert together, and Princess Megan should soon have a new kitten. So that's in progress at the moment, and then it will show it's successful once that's complete. We'll let them get it on, and once they have, I'll come back. So that's now gone through as successful, and that was pretty painless, well for me at least. If I now go to my kitties, And in here you can see that my newly created or newly born kitty is then showing. It's a generation 6, so it wasn't quite the rarest one that I was looking for. You can obviously go through here and change the name if you like. You can read the bio and you can look at the attributes. Now looking through these attributes, I can then check them up against CryptoKitty decks like I showed you earlier. If I just look at this one that's Scarlet here, and if I go to the CryptoKitty decks, you'll see that the Scarlet section is the kind of the most rare attribute that it has at 1,166. The other kind of attributes that it had were more common, such as Totes Basic and Kitten Cream, as you can see in here. So it's probably worth mentioning as well that I'd read somewhere that there's no fixed algorithm for the rarity, and the makers of the game don't actually decide which cat is more expensive than others. So just keep an eye on that cooling down period and the generation numbers as well. So I hope you liked this video of CryptoKitties today, and if you did, then please give me a like. If you want to see more reviews, tips and tutorials, then please hit subscribe. Thanks, and I'll see you soon.